Hey, wisdom family. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. I am having a morning. As you guys can see, my softcast is back on. I don't know what happened this morning. I really don't. I don't know what happened. This live is really to talk about my reaction to the election results. But before I get into that, we're not going to be on here too long. I am in a shit ton of pain. And if you guys know me, I don't curse too much. But today, I got some words. As I said, as you can see, I'm back in my soft cast. I don't know what happened. I was getting dressed and putting on my shirt. You see, I got my Juneteenth shirt on today. And as I was putting my right arm through my sleeve, my elbow cracked. I don't know if you guys have ever had like your joints crack. And oh my gosh, I mean, it felt like the bone broke. I told you guys that I'm still recovering from a bone contusion. And the challenge with that is that if you don't take care of it properly, it can lead to the bone actually fracturing. So I'm not really sure what happened, but it hurts to walk. Just the vibrations under my feet of me walking is resonating into the bone in my arm. So the tears are gone. I had a moment to breathe through all that. I took some painkillers, so those will kick in pretty soon. But I can't use this arm at all. At all. I barely got the bottle of meds open this morning. So that's the kind of morning that I'm having. Whew. When I tell you that pain, like them tears came uncontrollably. This sucks. But I wanted to come on live to give you guys my reaction. Shout out to Cross Country Cruiser Queen. Thank you so much for being in the building. This is so disappointing. I am obviously not happy about the results. I'm devastated. I want to cry. Not just because of the pain in my arm, that I can't even rest on my armrest. But this is not about, oh, my candidate didn't win. Not about that. Not about that. How about I don't want to live in a dictatorship? How about that? Melissa, I may go back to urgent care later today. I have an appointment at 11. And by the time I'm done at that appointment, if my arm still feels like this, then yeah, I definitely will go to urgent care and let them repeat the x-ray. It could just be, my elbow cracking, and because the bone is not healed yet, there's still bruising. You have cartilage and stuff inside your bone, and that has blood vessels and all types of things in it that can get infected. It can get inflamed. And so when that bone cracked, it tickled for a half a second, and then from there it was just like wowzers. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. So after I got off the live last night, shout out to Zen Soul, blessed by the best. I know that's right. Shout out to Medina Rowley in the building. And of course, shout out to Coffee and Cream. Coffee and Cream said it's devastating, and I'm very sad we will have a dictator in the White House. Sorry you're in so much pain. Oh, thank you so much, Queen. Good morning, Shell. So what I did last night after I got off the live, I couldn't go to sleep. So I just, took my night meds, put my dogs up, climbed in the bed, and was continuing to watch the coverage. And then a few minutes later, Donald Trump came to give his acceptance speech, although it had not been called. And then, maybe 2-3 minutes before he came to the stage, it was called. There were several news stations that were calling it, and I was in a state of disbelief, a total state of disbelief. Let me get going while I'm talking to you guys. And I prayed. I prayed and prayed and prayed. God, please don't do this. Please fix this. You can fix this. You can. It's not too late. We still got some numbers. Please do something about it. Please, Jesus. I prayed. Y'all, when I tell you I prayed, I prayed. And when I did wake up, it was what it was. Those of y'all who know me know that I'm a woman of faith. I trust God. Even when it don't make sense. Even when I don't like it. So I trust God. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know the state of our country. But when I woke up this morning and I saw what it was, the first thing I started doing was Googling and schmoogling. I actually went to YouTube and typed in the keyword, relocating to, and I put in a number of countries, relocating to Mexico, relocating to Ghana, relocating to Singapore. Found a couple of websites where there are countries that will pay you to move there. And then I typed in relocating to Turkey because I've been to Turkey before. I love Turkey. And I know the cost of living there is extremely reasonable. It's one of the most reasonable places to live. Beautiful, great food, awesome healthcare system, and the ease of getting there is it's quite easy. It's easy to get an E visa, and to get a long-term visa is simple. You just got to pay. So my question is, where y'all going? I don't feel comfortable with Donald Trump in office. I don't. And I don't think it's fair for those who are not comfortable to have to live in constant anxiety. And that's what I feel right now. I feel like I need to call a therapist. I done already called on the therapist Jesus, all right? I went to the spiritual therapist first. But seriously, I'm never going to be comfortable. Hey, Anthony, what's going on, love? How are you? As y'all can see, I'm a hot mess, okay? I'm not looking like the pretty little queen I was looking like yesterday. I'm in pain because of my arm. My elbow cracked this morning, just randomly while I was putting on my shirt. And I am not a clinician, although I've worked in healthcare for almost 2 decades. So I don't know exactly what happens when your elbow pops or your elbow cracks like that. I think it has something to do with the joint. Well, that shit hurt. It hurt a lot. And it hurt so much that I was breathing like I was having labor pains. Like I had to sit down. Yeah. But I have an appointment, and then I'm actually going to pick up my breakfast. You guys know I often talk about this spot that I go to where you get the best bacon, egg, and cheese. Anthony, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you told me that you also are from New York and you relocated to Georgia like me. And when people ask me, do I miss New York? I don't. But what I do miss is a good bacon, egg, and cheese. That's what I was craving when I got here. I searched out every bacon, egg, and cheese spot, and there are none in Georgia, but there is a chicken and fish spot not too far from where I live, and they make the best bacon, egg, and cheese you ever had in your life. So when I get it, I'm gonna show it to y'all. It's delicious. They toast the bread with butter and big pieces of crunchy bacon, and 2 nice big fried eggs, and then they butter the bread some more. It's not that healthy, but it's delicious. Anyway, I don't trust Donald Trump. I don't trust him as a president. Um, as a businessman, his businesses have nothing to do with me, but as a president, that has everything to do with me. And I'm already feeling anxiety. I'm already feeling anxiety. And this is not just about, oh, they didn't choose my candidate, baby. It is so much more than that. Because as if you guys were on my community wall and you saw, and good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. If you saw what I wrote, I had a dream a week ago. So I have premonitions. I've had them since I was a kid. It runs in my family. My mother has the same thing. As a kid, I could never get away with anything because my mother always knew. And before I understood what premonitions were, I used to think my mama was a witch. Seriously. Like, I used to tell my friends my mama's a witch. Like, she got a crystal ball somewhere. How does she always know? And it would go beyond a mother's intuition. My mother would know details about things that I had done or was doing and or was about to do. So I had a premonition a week ago, and I don't remember everything in the dream, but I remember what it meant, and I remember the visions that I saw when I woke up. And so when that video came out of Pennsylvania, what is it, I think it was Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, with Kamala Harris, someone just as Kamala Harris walking in chains behind Donald Trump. That was a good portion of the vision that I had in this premonition that I had. That's what they want. They want us to be in a position of submission. And when I say us, I'm talking about non-white people. It's not just about black people. There are other non-white, non-black races out there. And that they want this country to return to a position where we have no power, no say, no money, no land, no jobs, no education, no health care. And we go back to when this country was able to profit off of slave labor. Not, plantation slave labor. Just a different version of it. And what I was talking about yesterday before my phone died is that if you guys look up Black Wall Street, hold on a second, I'm here and I'm trying to figure out if I can get around this truck. Anyway, if you guys looked up Black Wall Street, when Andrew Jackson took office, what he did is he took all the land and the homes away from these newly freed black slaves and gave them to poor whites. They took everything from us. Everything. We're not asking for handouts. We're asking for a fighting chance. Just make it equal, right? Nobody should have a head start. Just make it equal. So yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I'm nervous. I'm in shock. I didn't even have a drink last night, which is what I really wanted to do, but I have to be careful because alcoholism runs in my family, and it's not a good idea for me. Because it's hereditary for me to drink when I'm feeling distressed. So I drank some apple juice and pretended it was Hennessy. That's what I did. Anyway, so guys, no, seriously, I have to renew my passport. And I looked up the information last night so I can take care of that. And I am doing my research. And I am formulating an exit plan because I don't think I'm going to be able to stay here. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay here. It was just surprising. It was shocking. I don't know. I don't understand how this happened. Sorry about the noise, y'all. I don't understand how this happened. How does Donald Trump get all of the battleground states? All of them. Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Nevada and Arizona are still out, but still. He was ahead in damn near every state. Damn near. Everything that he did not get last time, he got this time. In perfect order. That doesn't happen. I'm a numbers person. I used to hate math when I was in school, but I learned to love math because what I learned about math is that numbers don't lie. You cannot manipulate the numbers. You cannot make 1 plus 1 equal 3. You can't. It's not possible. It will always only ever equal 2. And I don't know what Donald Trump cooked up, but I'm not trusting those numbers. The problem is, how do you prove it? Right? Do you ask for a recount? And even then, you can't just get a recount. Look, I know you're mad, but don't leave America. If you're going to regret leaving this country. No, Anthony, I'm not even, it's not even mad. That's not even the emotion that I feel, Anthony. If anything, I feel sad. You know, it's not anger. I'm not angry that Donald Trump is in office. I'm scared. I'm saddened because the plan that he has and what I've seen, and here's the thing, I talked about my premonitions, and people usually don't believe me until it happens. I'm a dreamer. I dream every single night. There's only a handful of times in my life that I don't remember having a dream. It's because I had drank so much. I was, so high or whatever, because I was in college. I experimented with some things, but anyway, but I have regular dreams, and then I have those dreams. And when I have a prophetic dream or premonition, I know the difference. It feels different. My position in the dream is different. My viewpoint in the dream is different. I know those dreams, and I hate those dreams because I can never stop what I see from happening, and they always, sorry, I hit that one a little too hard. No, post Jerome, I did not dream that Kamala Harris lost. What I saw was what would happen if Donald Trump won. What I saw was the future of this country. And what I saw was very frightening. It reminded me a little bit of the movie Antebellum, but without all the dramatic, having people wear slave clothing and all that. What I saw... Hi, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the horn that hard. I'm picking up for Turner. Turner? Yeah. What I saw was a physical manifestation of chains, not literal actual chains like what was in the Halloween parade in Pennsylvania, but it was black and brown people and a number of other people of Donald Trump's choosing who were in a position of total dependence on people like Donald Trump. We had no freedom. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. We had no freedom. We had lost all of our civil rights. And I don't have the Constitution in front of me, and I don't know all the amendments by heart. But we lost everything. The right to an education. The right to health care. Our jobs were taken. All right, hang on a second. Let me see where I gotta go. Doggone it. Maybe I should have done that before I got on this live. Hold on a second. You know what? I'll pull into this next parking lot. I don't even remember the address of where I have to go. Anyway, but we lost everything. We lost our property. We were no longer able to own property. Yeah, you could rent, but if you don't have a job and you don't have money, we were completely dependent. No reproductive rights. Being told when and if and who we could have children with. Like, everything was taken away. We lost everything. And it was in a position where we were being used for free labor to make the rich richer. And what I kept seeing in the dream and hearing is, make America great again. Make America great again. And I've always asked myself, just, because I can be a little sarcastic, what the hell does that mean, make America great again? Well, I saw it in this dream, what that vision was for a lot of these people. And a lot of what I saw in my dream was just a visual representation of Project 2025. I hate when I have dreams like that, because even I doubt myself. Well, you know what? Maybe it's just a regular dream this time, even though I know better. Um, so yeah, so that's what the dream is about. I didn't see Kamala Harris in the dream at all. I didn't see the actual results of the election. I saw what would happen if Donald Trump won. And I had to ask myself, why would I see that? Why would I have a premonition about that? Of all the things that I could have a premonition about, why that? Why would I have a premonition about what would happen if he won unless he was going to win? And that's why I hate having these dreams, because just because I see the whatever I see in my dream doesn't mean I can prevent it. I got a few extra people to vote who weren't gonna vote. And I was getting ready to say, but little good that did, but that's not, I don't really feel that way. Look, when I heard about the chain stuff in 2016, I was scared too, but nothing happened. We didn't get put back on bouts or anything. Anthony, I hope you're right. I told another friend of mine, a content creator friend of mine, hey, John Naughty, what's going on? I don't know if he's here today, but I told him, I said, yeah, I'll call you later. We're going to talk because this is your fault. But I debate with him. He's a Trump supporter. We debate all the time. I love talking to him because we get into friendly debate. You know what I mean? It's never an angry thing. We may get a little loud because we're passionate, but it's all love. And I like talking to Trump supporters because I definitely like to understand other people's points of view. And I forgot where I was going with this, but anyway, I told him last night, I hope you're right. I pray to God that I'm wrong and that everything is going to be okay. And that he's right when he says, oh, Donald Trump doesn't know anything about Project 2025 and none of that stuff is really going to happen. It's just going to sit on a shelf in a book somewhere. Trying to get back to some of your comments. Hang on. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. There are other places besides America that are off better living. Let me tell you guys about my trip to Ghana. I took a trip to Ghana. I was there for about 3 weeks. When did I go? It had to have been 2018 going into 2019. This was the year of return. This was the diaspora. And it was beautiful. Stepping foot on the shores of the continent of Africa for the first time was nothing like how I thought it was going to be. There were no villages with huts with children with the flies in their eyes. As a matter of fact, in Ghana specifically, and I used to joke, I said, I'm so glad Donald Trump is ignorant and don't know about Ghana, because if he knew, hold on a second, what did I just see? Hold on, I need to, what is this? Hold on a second, something just came across my feed. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. I said, if Donald Trump knew how well people were living in Ghana, send my black ass back to Africa, please. Give me a stipend, put me on a plane, I will gladly go. But I think the one of the most interesting things that I learned that I saw there was that everybody had a business. They had a small, tiny community, very small, maybe a couple of acres, of a homeless, community, people who lived in makeshift homes with like the tin, roofs or whatever, and the, sheets or whatever covering, whatever. But it was a very small amount. Everybody had a business. I saw maybe the whole 3 weeks I was there, I saw one homeless person. In Accra, which is the capital of Ghana, the streets were so clean you could eat off the floor. I saw young people. And the friend that I accompanied there is very well connected politically and socially. And I was introduced to young business owners. One young man, his family had some land and in an area that was deemed undesirable. But they held on to that land, and like 10 years, developers came and they wanted the land, and they paid them a premium price for it, and he became a multi-millionaire overnight. And he built several hotels. And this young man is in his mid 30s, because he was barely 30 back then when I met him. Anyway, to the young woman on the street selling uh, tilapia, I had never seen what whole tilapia looks like. And what they do is, when you go to the beach, they have people that, pull the fish in. And I mean, these fish are huge. Okay. She might pay $5, maybe $3 or $4, for that tilapia. But she's going to grill it with some tomato and fufu, and sell it to you for $22, in terms of profit like that. And that woman who looks like, she can barely survive on the little that she has, drives a Bentley. And her children are all college educated. They went to Oxford, no less. Oxford. Because looks are deceiving. Because in America, we're taught to judge people by the way that they look. Isn't tilapia fake? No, it's not. It's not fake. It may go by another name, but no, it's not fake. It's a real fish. It's a real fish. I have, you know what I'll do? I'll post some pictures of my Ghana trip on my community wall. Um, my locks were much shorter then. They are extremely, extremely long. They were much shorter then, and I was much heavier then. But anyway, but doesn't matter. I'll share some pictures with you. But it was an amazing feeling, and I said to myself, I'm living on the wrong continent, and being in Ghana, I'm in the wrong country. Now, that being said, Ghana is not the easiest country. You're not just gonna fly over there and move there. It's not that simple. Not in Ghana. I mean, I have made friends there, made family there, so for me it would be different. I mean, I could make a phone call, and if I wanted to, I could get on a plane today, uh, and have some place to stay. but but yeah, I suspect that there's going to be a mass exodus from the United States. I do sense that. I do feel that. And guys, give me 1 second. Just bear with me a moment. Let me and this pain meds that I took is definitely kicking in, because I'm able to move that arm a little bit. Tilapia is farm raised. That's why some call it fake. Yeah, this fish came out of the ocean. It's definitely not farm raised. So it is, they're calling it tilapia because maybe it's a tilapia kind of fish, but it may scientifically go by another name. Um, I always tell young people, because I'm constantly around young adults, and I'm constantly around middle school and high schoolers, and I teach them about social capital. And I explain to them that who you know is just as important, if not more important, than what you know. You gotta know something. So you need to pay attention in school. But you need to connect with the right people. And if you don't know somebody, they might. Don't underestimate the power of a friend of a friend. And so I have friends that are well connected, and through those friends, I have access to certain things, which is great. Um, but hang on 1 second, guys. I'm not going to end the live. I just need to grab an address so I can put it in my GPS so I can figure out where the heck I'm going, because I haven't been to this place in months and I can't remember how to get there. So just bear with me 1 second, okay? 1 second. There we go.
Next time you can also press and hold the mic button on your steering wheel to ask Ray. Next time you can also press and hold the mic button on your steering wheel to ask me anything.
Do y'all hear my GPS talking back to me? AI is talking back to me. She had a little attitude. She's like, next time you can just say what it is that you want. Just hit the Google microphone. Yeah, okay. Just tell me where I need to go. Stop talking back. Oh, Anthony, if you're still on, I told you that I was going to show you something. Hold on a second. Let me do that before I leave this parking lot. I know over time the anxiety will shit. Hold on. Ooh. I know over time the anxiety will subside. It's just what I feel right now because my dream is so fresh. And I just, I'm woke. I know what's going on. But anyway, let me show you this though. So here is that beautiful bacon, egg, and cheese, y'all. Y'all see that? Can y'all see? Can y'all see that? See that? The butter is nicely toasted. It's got a little crisp on there. It's got the bacon. Yep. And y'all listen. I'm hungry. Y'all give me 1 second. Actually, I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this right now. Man down. I got one arm. Okay, what I can at least do, maybe, is drink some of this pink strawberry lemonade. Hold on a second, y'all. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, this sucks, boy. Oh, great. Hold on. You know, when I got this car, first of all, I did what I said I wasn't going to do. I said I was not going to buy a brand new car ever again. And what did I do? When my lease was up, I drove this car off the lot with 0.1 miles on it, okay? Not 0.1, 1 mile on it. So I said I wasn't going to buy a brand new car, and I did. I also said when I got my next car, I wasn't going to eat in this car. I eat in this car all the time. Yeah, so that's the bacon, egg, and cheese, darling, just in case you missed it. This beautiful beast right here, that's it right there. Just one more time for those of y'all that might have missed it. Look at that. That's the butter that's just toasted on the, and you got the fried egg with cheese down there. Yeah, baby, when I tell you that this tastes better than the bacon, well, I shouldn't say better, it tastes about as good as the bacon, egg, and cheese spot on the corner of 2nd Street and Avenue D, where I used to live. Okay, because if you're from New York City, like New York City for real, like Manhattan, then you gotta know Avenue D. You gotta know Alphabet City, Avenue A, B, C, and D. Anyway, yes, it is huge and it's delicious, and that is, I know that it's not the healthiest, and so this is not something that I indulge in too often. And once I get where I'm going to one arm that bad boy and inhale it. Okay, I can't do it while I'm driving because I need this arm to drive. But anyway, I feel a little better talking to you guys. Some of the anxiety is starting to subside. Because once you realize that you're in a position where you, I'm not gonna say that you can't do anything, but it's done. It's already done. So Donald Trump will be the 47th president. You know what's interesting? By him becoming president, Donald Trump has he has set some new records. So number one, he's the first convicted felon to become president. He is also the oldest person to become president at 78, going on 79 years old. He also is the first person to be president to be impeached twice and reelected. Donald Trump was impeached twice and was still reelected. There's 2 more records that he broke, and I don't know why it's not coming to my mind, but those are the most significant things. Oh, he's also, he broke a record. It's been 132 years since a president has been served a non-consecutive term. Right? It's been 132 years since that happened. So he has set some records. And all I can do is stay in prayer. Okay? When COVID happened, there were a lot of people that got upset with me when I said that I believe that COVID was God's doing. He obviously allowed COVID to happen. COVID didn't have to happen at all. Things only happen because God allows it to happen, whether we like it or not. Because there are things that we don't understand. And they didn't like me saying that. Why would God cause millions of people to die? Well, it's not that God wanted millions of people to die, but if the COVID came, it was for a reason. And at some point, we may know that reason. And even if you know the reason, it may not be a reason that you like, but I still believe the same here. God allowed this man to become president. I have to accept that, whether I like it or not. But that still don't mean I have to live here. Anthony said, don't leave. Wisdom, you ain't got to leave the country. But I've been wanting to leave the United States. I've been working on my exit plan for the past, like at least, well, when did I go to Ghana? 2018, 2019? Yeah, so since then. So what was that? 6 years? Yeah, about 5, 6 years. You know, I don't know what this is going to mean for this country, but, I was very upset this morning. I was angry this morning, for sure. I'm not mad anymore, but I was definitely angry this morning. I know I was angry because of what I wrote on my community wall, and then I had to clean it up because what I wrote wasn't nice. But I said, those of you who voted for Donald Trump, I hope you're happy. I said, you have no idea what you've done. But the thing is, I believe that most people voted for Donald Trump with good intentions. With good intentions, because they believe that he will do what he said in spite of him showing otherwise. I believe that it was with a good heart. The problem with good intentions is that some of the worst things have been done with the best intentions. And like I told my friend, I hope you're right. I hope to God that I'm wrong. Somebody might watch this live and say, oh my God, she's being so melodramatic. Baby, no, I'm not. There are things that I know. And I can tell you everything that I know. It's not going to matter because you're not going to believe until it happens, because that's the kind of world we live in. Seeing is believing. People are not going to believe until they start experiencing it. And I just pray that I'm wrong. I pray that for the first time, this premonition is wrong. When I was younger, I grew up in church. When I was younger, I started reading about the prophets, and I was like, I asked a question that, I thought anybody would ask, what is a prophet? How do you know that somebody is really a prophet? Like, how do you, you can't just, oh, I'm a prophet. How do you know? Well, because what they say will come true. So this is one of those times where I just hope I'm wrong. That's all I can say. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we've already lost affirmative action. I hope that we don't lose employment equal employer opportunity, meaning that employers have to open the opportunity to everyone and they can't just hire certain people. Because can you imagine if these companies no longer had to hire certain races of people? They no longer had to hire immigrants. You have some immigrants that have green cards. They can legally live and work in this country. They can no longer hire if they don't like Indian people. I'm not going to hire Indian people. They no longer had to hire people of color. Can you imagine? Or if jobs could just fire you for whatever and you can't even sue. Blessed by the best. And now I'm gonna go get me a sandwich. No, that's right, Queen. Anthony, I hope it's gonna be okay. I do hope it's gonna be okay. I'm a very positive person, and so I always try to look at the best in everything, but I'm also a realist. As much as I love watching horror flicks and sci-fi, and my ex-husband used to say that I'm, like living in a fantasy world because I like watching those kind of movies. But no, I'm a realist. I don't operate in fantasy. And so as optimistic as I am, I'm also a realist. And I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be paying attention. Okay? I'm going to be vigilant. And I'm going to be putting a plan in place. Because, honestly, hold on one second. That's, That's the lady that is doing my hair this morning. Now, what is she talking about? Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. I need to see her message. I'm sorry, you guys. I needed to check that message. And I completely forgot what I was saying. But anyway, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. I know I told Anthony that I hope that he's wrong. Oh, I said I'm just going to be paying attention, and I'm going to put my strategy in place. And because there's a possibility that we could lose, the ability to own a passport. They change laws all the time. They want people to have a certain type of license now, not just a regular license, and by a certain year you have to switch your license over. There's a lot of things that can be done, and if Donald Trump controls the Senate and the House, anything that he comes up with, they will push through. He decided, I'm going to leave it to each state to determine women's reproductive rights. He has the power to do anything. He wants immunity. He actually said, he talked about a firing squad, eliminating his enemies, his political enemies, anybody who challenged him. And the crazy thing about it is that there's some truth to a lot of what he said. You can't just write it all off and say, that's just Donald Trump being Donald Trump. No. Police will have immunity. Who cares about what happened on the body cam? I have immunity. I can do whatever I want. It's scary. Now, why can't I see the chat anymore? I'm not sure why I can't see your comments anymore. Anyway, if you guys can hear me, just put a 1 in the chat, because I'm not able to see your comments right now for some reason. So, I'm just, like I said, my initial reaction was disbelief, and then it was disappointment, and then it turned to anger, and then it turned to sadness, and then from sadness to shock. It was so many emotions. This was an emotional election. I didn't go through this with Barack Obama. I mean, yes, I was, on the edge of my seat and glued to the TV, but this was an emotional election. We need to figure out a better system, because this should never be like this. Now, in all fairness, if the numbers are to be trusted, Donald Trump won the popular vote. Wow, that is the ugliest house I've ever seen. Somebody painted their house like money green, like green, like a pine tree. Anyway, Donald Trump won the popular vote, but I honestly think that they need to get rid of the electoral votes and that whole foolishness, and just vote. And may the best man win. Whoever has the most votes win. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I can't see your comments anymore. I'm not sure what I did, but let me see. Alright, I'm not going to mess with this too much because I'm driving. I'm just going to assume that you guys are still there. And I'm going to be turning soon. I don't know what is the way forward, but I'm gonna tell you, I feel so bad for Kamala Harris. Right? Election's over and I finally get her name right, because I've been mispronouncing her name for I can't even tell you how long. I feel so bad for her. I know that she is distraught. I know she feels like she failed Joe Biden. I know he feels like he failed her, because he should not have run for a second term. And if she had more time to prepare, more time to visit these places, she might have had a greater impact. It was just the perfect storm. It was the perfect storm. So that is that. Now, all this foolishness about white supremacist groups or coming into different counties to intimidate people. Well, I didn't see any. I didn't see any trucks. I didn't see any pitchforks. Okay, I didn't see any hoods, any of that. Didn't see any of that. All right, let me try to find out. Let me see. Sorry, been having connections. Sorry about that, guys. So I will update everyone later today to let you know how I'm doing. I may have to go back to urgent care and get another x-ray just to make sure that I didn't actually break my arm again at this time. I'm so sick of this arm situation. But I guess I should be thankful that it was my elbow and not my leg. I'm just really sick of it now. Because I don't like being in pain. I don't like being limited and restricted. It sucks. But I'm going to, I'm about 15 minutes from my destination. Sorry, I will call. I need to return that phone call because I'm going to keep getting interrupted. So, guys, listen. Then just look for notifications from me for when I do plan the next live, because there will be more to come. There's a lot more things going on in the world and things that we need to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can focus on this drive and get to where I'm going. But I appreciate all of you for being on. Appreciate the engagement, and be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these YouTube streets. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.